Hey there, Texas veterans. First of all, thank you for your service. It's men and women just like you who make this the greatest country on earth. So you clicked on my channel for a reason, and I really do appreciate it. If you're a veteran thinking about buying a home in Texas, this video may save you time and stress, and possibly even the house you really want to buy. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to share with you a consumer guide I wrote to ensure you get the absolute best deal on your next VA home loan, guaranteed. As a mortgage broker since 1985, I've helped hundreds of veterans and their families around Texas to purchase the home of their dreams, and I'd love to do the same for you. But let's get started. But let me ask you something first. How would you feel if you started looking for a home, found the perfect one, got your family excited about it, and then discovered you couldn't move forward because of one small document you didn't know you needed? It happens more times than you might think. A veteran starts browsing homes online. Maybe you start driving through the neighborhoods on the weekend. Maybe you even talk with a realtor. Maybe you even walk through a house and start imagining where the couch is going to go and where the kids are going to sleep. And then someone asks a simple question: do you have your certificate of eligibility? And suddenly the process pauses. Today I want to talk about one of the most important and most overlooked part of using your VA loan benefit, the certificate of eligibility, or what we call the COE. Hi, my name is Mark Harrison with Texas Mortgage Source, and I get calls and emails every day from veterans just like you looking to make a move to Central Texas, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 1 month or 1 year, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email so we can explore how we can get you the best deal on your next VA home loan. Now, when people hear the phrase certificate of eligibility, it sounds complicated. It sounds like a government paperwork, long wait times, forms, and confusion, but the truth is much simpler. The COE is simply the VA confirming one thing: that you've earned the benefit and you're eligible to use your VA home loan. That's it. It tells the lender how much entitlement you may have available and confirms you qualify for the program. Just imagine having one of the best home buying benefits available in America today sitting there unused simply because nobody explained the first step clearly. That's why this matters. There's really two types of home buyers I meet. The first type waits until everything feels perfect before they start asking questions. They think they need to have everything figured out before they start talking to anyone. The second type gets clarity. They get questions answered early. They learn what's possible. They understand their options. Guess which group usually buys homes sooner with less stress? Exactly. The good news is checking your COE doesn't mean you're committing to buy anything. It simply gives you clarity, and clarity changes everything. Let me give you an example. I worked with a veteran here in Texas who called me and said, "Hey Mark, we're thinking about buying next year. We're just kind of looking right now." And I said, "Well, that's great. Just out of curiosity, how important is it for you to make sure you are actually eligible before spending months wondering?" He laughed. He said, "Well, probably that's pretty important." So we pulled his COE. It took just a short time to confirm his entitlement. What he discovered surprised him. He had full eligibility available and was actually closer to buying than he thought. Instead of waiting another year, he moved forward with confidence and purchased a home for his family that same year. Later, he told me something I often hear. He said, "Hey, I wish I'd checked sooner." And right there, that's the reason I'm making this video. Another great area where veterans get confused involved using their VA benefits more than once. Many people believe their VA loan is a one-time opportunity, and that's just not true. You can use it once and then it's gone forever, they think. But that's not usually how it works. Many veterans can use their VA benefits multiple times depending on their entitlement and their situation. Sometimes you can sell a home and restore your eligibility. Sometimes you just have to you still have your remaining eligibility available. Sometimes you relocate for work and the numbers allow you to buy again. But you can't know any of that until someone actually reviews your COE. Let me tell you another story that illustrates this. I once worked with a veteran relocating to Texas for a new job. When we first spoke, he told me right away that he had assumed his VA benefit was gone. I said, "No, Mark, I used it years ago. I'm sure you don't have it anymore." He said, "Mark, I used it years ago. I'm sure I don't have it anymore." But then I asked him a simple question. "How would you feel if we checked and it turns out you still have options?" He laughed. He said, I'd feel pretty foolish." So we checked and what we found surprised him. He still had remaining entitlement available. He ended up purchasing another home using VA financing, something he had completely written off as impossible. But that's the power of simply checking. Assumptions disappear when the facts show up. Now here's another situation I see from time to time. A veteran starts working with a realtor, starts touring homes, gets emotionally invested in a property, and only then begins the loan process. And that's when we discover something about eligibility that needs to be clarified. Would it help if that step had happened earlier? Absolutely. One veteran who I worked with already had toured several homes and was ready to make an offer when the realtor asked if he had spoken with a lender. He said he had not. So we started the conversation. The first thing we did was check his COE. Luckily, everything was in good order, but it easily could have gone the other direction. That moment reminded me of how important it is the early steps are. He later told me, he said, man, next time I buy, I'm going to start with that financing first. And he was exactly right. Another important thing to understand is obtaining your COEs is usually easier than many people expect. Many veterans assume they need to call the VA, fill out long forms, and wait for an answer. Sometimes documentation is required, but often lenders can obtain the COE electronically, quickly and smoothly, without any headaches. So when someone tells me they're unsure if they qualify, my first thought is always the same. Let's stop guessing and let's check. Because here's the truth. Buying a home is emotional. Uncertainty creates hesitation. Clarity creates confidence. The moment a veteran understands their eligibility is often the moment the entire home buying process starts to feel real. So let's bring this all together. You don't need perfect timing to explore your options. You don't need to be ready to buy tomorrow. You just need to know where you stand. So just out of curiosity, how important would it be to understand your benefits before the market changes again? So if this was helpful, make sure you subscribe. We're going to keep breaking down VA home loans down in plain English so you can make decisions with confidence instead of assumptions. But before you go, I want to give you something that could really help you. If you're shopping for a mortgage or planning to soon, I put together a simple, easy-to-read consumer guide called The Truth in Lending. It breaks down exactly how lenders price loans, how to compare quotes the right way, what fees actually matter, and how to avoid getting overcharged. No fluff, there's no jargon, just the stuff I wish every buyer knew before they started shopping. And because you watched this video all the way to the end, I want to give it to you for free. Just comment your email below and I'll get it out ASAP to you. Use it as a cheat sheet anytime you're comparing lenders or trying to make sense of rates and fees. I've been doing this for over 40 years, and this guide, I promise you, will save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. So if you want to know the truth, and I mean the real truth on how to shop for a mortgage, how to find the best deal for a mortgage, go grab yourself a free copy. Enjoy it. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Until next time, Mark Hairston.